Good evening and welcome to Gladly Strutting, where we talk about shoes and pre-loved fashion. So it does tend to be a lot of pre-loved shoes. Today's video, yes, falls quite heavily into that. Today we're talking about wedding shoes in general, just wedding shoes. And that I can kind of like include engagements and all of the other after party style things, sort of shoes that you need for your wedding season. Using my collection as kind of an example, not the be all end all, just this is what I've got, this is what I can use. Now, I'm not quite dressed. We're talking about weddings. This doesn't look quite right. Alright, hang on a moment. And I'm back. Okay, now, did you think I was wearing a white dress? I do have plenty of those, but no, it's not my wedding. But if it is yours, hopefully this helps you, and maybe for me in the future. In the not so near future, in the distant anyway. Let's see how we go. Okay, so with my collection, I've kind of I've kind of split them up in different sections. So starting off with the classics, you know, the classic white pump. Okay, mine has a little bit of extra. This shoe I think works for most occasions. This one is a little bit high. I've got this one that's slightly lower, but not that much. This is Saint Laurent, Sophia Webster with some crystals. I think this is specifically from the bridal section of Sophia Webster as well. So you've got your classic pump. If you're not a shoe girly, if you don't really care about your shoes, you don't even need to do designer. Just get yourself a white pump, maybe with a block heel or something like that. But this usually suffices. If you are a little bit, you want something different, if you're kind of cool, edgy, this is my example of, an unexpected, still a white pump, but with a little bit of extra detail here. So it's a fun, and looks like it'll be comfortable as well. And then, those are pumps. Some people do sandals. So bring out my Valentino Tango sandals, the open toe ones. You could also do the Valentino Tango pump as well if you wanted to. So this is classic, comfortable. This is what, sure, mine has a little bit of a block, but you see what I'm trying to say, that just the classic sandal that you see, everybody and anyone can do that for their wedding. So starting off there, and I think what I've actually noticed, some brides actually like to have a nude shoe because they don't want the shoes to be the main topic of the conversation. I don't understand that. I don't get that. But anyway, so they opt for nude. Now, when we talk about nude, I actually think, well, this is my example because this is my nude. So, use your beige or your whatever is your browns, whatever works for you as your nude. I actually do recommend a patent leather shoe instead of suede or just any other types of finishes. Definitely not velvet, but I think patent makes it a bit more formal and it makes it blend in a little bit. So really, if you wanted your dress to be, let's talk about the dress, okay? I'm a guest at the wedding, so let's talk about the dress. Bring on the nude shoe. So I've seen quite a bit of this, but for some reason, well, I like the whites and the crystally and the colorfuls. Actually, that's a good sort of transition. So we went from nude. Let's talk about metallics. Okay, so just to clarify, this ain't a showing off video. This ain't a, oh, look at my fancy shoes. Although it usually is about look at my fancy shoes. I'm just using them as examples. So if we're talking about metallics, this is my metallics example. Looking at the heel, you know what's good for you and you know what you can do. So if you cannot do this heel on a regular day, ma'am, why are you going to try it for your wedding? If you can't walk in this, why? Get the concept. Please get the concept and put it in something that works for you. So this is my example of like a rose gold sort of metallic, and then definitely rose gold metallic, a little bit of a switch up. I've got a platform, different style, you see. So this is a bit more comfortable, but it's definitely platform blue, something blue, you know what I'm saying? And with a little bit of lace. So I feel like this would work well. But definitely needs to be more your style. And leaning up towards that, I mentioned the tangles. Look, can we please take a moment for my lovely tango shoe? Look at this shoe. So I actually feel like this would be better suited as like an engagement party style shoe, or maybe that's what I would do. That's what I would use this for. Now with my collection, I actually don't know the decision for me. There's a couple shoes that are in this corner here where you see my hand going. They're fun fancy shoes. I'm leaning towards those for like a wedding, and I was thinking more so like, you know, engagement party style here. Let's go. But this shoe is, it is a little bit of a showstopper. It is a little bit of a wow, look at my shoes. They won't definitely miss these. So that's on metallics. Now transitioning from metallics, so in terms of colors, I think what most people kind of do is pastel colors, leaning into that. And if they don't do a pastel color, then they do, if they don't do a metallic, they can go into I should say, you can go into like a deeper, brighter color. What I would suggest is, if you're going to do a bright color, have some personality with it. Don't just let it be a bright colored shoe, a red shoe, you know. Have a red sparkly shoe. Have a red interesting detail shoe. You know the Jimmy Choos with the bows? Have that in a light pink. Have that in a big color, blue, whatever you want. But have a little bit of personality. And what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. Now you can see the reason why I filmed at night. This was solely for this purpose. So colors, sparkly colors. So I'll start off with probably the most basic of these. This is a glittery pump. Oh, almost dropped it right in my face. Glittery pump from Christian Louboutin. Fun, different, but you know, and it's still on the metallic side of things, so you're not breaking too many rules here. No one's gonna come up to you and say, how come you're wearing that type of shoe? It's my wedding, I'll wear whatever shoe. But anyway, I'll put this down. I was gonna get preachy then, or ranty. Now with the rest of these, where shall I start? These are, I love sparkly shoes. This is my sparkly shoe collection. So I have an excessive amount of these, and most of these are appropriate for other events, but this would be like towards the classic side of you know, a wedding. It's a Jimmy Choo one here. I'm just going to be dropping them by the side, but you know, not dropping too much. These Prada ones, they have a black base, but they're silver, and they're still pretty close to like the standard color palette. Putting that down. Speaking of color palette, something blue, if it can focus. Something blue. Something blue. There we go. So I just had to stop talking. I just had to stop saying something blue. Anyway, something blue. Lady Peeps. These are beautiful, beautiful. But, girl, I'm not risking, you know, ankle injuries. Speaking of which, these last ones are all ankle injuries. 3 of these are Louboutins, and this is Jimmy Choo. It's not an Nanook. What is it? Tartini. Stop moving and stop talking. Okay. So, purple, gorgeous. Blue, peep toe as well. So there's different styles. And then if you wanted, my favorite shoe, just look at this. Pigalle Follies in a 120. Or if none of that is challenging for you, break your ankle level. Daffodils. So you have all of these options. Now it's going to be a tough choice for me. I will not be able to walk. I'm telling you right now, these are my favorite shoes. And these, actually, I don't know. I love all of these. I love all of these. But you're not going to see me wearing these at my wedding. Unless it's a photo shoot where I'm not actually walking around and doing the dancing. You're not going to see me actually wearing these for the wedding. Girl, I don't want to break my ankles. I'm a heels person. I will wear something with a platform and not so high. I'll wear something that's a little bit of comfort, you know, that offers that little bit of support, and I don't have to worry about something else, you know. I think weddings are usually very stressful anyway. I don't want to add to the stress by putting myself in these and walking like Bambi, okay? These are nice. Maybe as a wedding guest. So imagine this with that. Okay. Oh, you see, I'm planning for coming to your wedding in these outfits. Oh my goodness. Oh, these are gorgeous. Okay, let me put these down. And let's go back almost to the classics, but not actually classic. Okay, what I mean by classic but not classic is we're back in these color palettes, right? But if you can see, There's lots of detail, there's lots of bling, there's lots of bows, there's lots of all of these things. This is your standout shoe. This is for the shoe girlies. Put the Jimmy Choo bow heels, the ones with the bow down here and then at the back of the other heel, the one that people trip on. Yeah, that one. Put that in this category where, you know, it's in the same color palette. It's in the bridal collections of, you know, whatever designer it is. This is Amina Abdul-Jalil bridal selection. Look at that bow. This is a look at me shoe. Absolutely gorgeous. I could potentially do this for mine. Will I be comfortable? Potentially part of. So because I'm a shoe girly, some people be like, oh, I'm gonna change dresses so many times. I'm like, I'm gonna change shoes. First of all, comfort purposes, and because I couldn't decide on which shoe. I know that I'm not gonna be able to decide on a singular shoe, so I'm just gonna do like a, let's do the next one. So Amina Abdul-Jalil, lots of personality. If you wanted more personality, the bow, if the bow wasn't enough for you, how about a butterfly? How about a sparkly, glittery, crystally butterfly? And then on top of that, a little fairy situation at the top. Okay, this shoe was made for your wedding, right? This shoe was made for a wedding. Just look at this. This is one of my recent purchases. I'm super excited about this. Come on, tell me, when you look at this shoe, what's the first place that you think of? And if it's not a wedding, where are you actually thinking of? Write it down in the comment section if you're not thinking of a wedding. Look at this. And I'll just bring this one up. I've kept the stuffing in there so you can actually see. So Sophia Webster, Amina Abdul-Jalil, Jimmy Choo. I've just done a video just before with this shoe, and I've gone, yeah, I ain't worn this shoe because it really is a lot. This shoe is meant to be for your wedding or for your engagement party. These shoes are meant to be for those occasions. Yeah, you can bring them out after, but the sole purpose, you know, for these shoes is your wedding. But yeah, I just can't decide. Actually, if you see anything in my collection that you're like, definitely you need to have that as your wedding slash, you know, was it bridal shower, engagement party, what are all those other things that people do? I don't even know the wedding ceremony things. Yeah, if you see any of these shoes that you're like, these you cannot not use them, let me know. And I feel like these two, I should say, some of these might be part of that. And if any of my colorful crystally shoes went so high, they would definitely have been on that list as well. Now, closing statements. Sorry, I've been rambling and talking about shoes because that's what I do. That's my PhD. I don't have a PhD, but that would be my PhD. What I would say in terms of your own considerations: how well do you walk in heels? If you do not walk in stiletto heels, please, for the love of God, do not then try and walk in stiletto shoes. Get your block heel, get your skinny, or not skinny, your short little heel. Do what you need to do. It's about you getting married to the love of your life, right? And starting a family together. Do what you need to do for you to be comfortable and for you to be happy and for you to reflect and actually go, no, you know what, that was a good decision and the shoes didn't get in my way. I would also say venue. If you've got a grass kind of situation, don't be doing them. don't be doing, again, I'm just going to keep pulling this one up. You've got platforms, you've got block heels, you've got all of these things. Utilize kind of your, actually try and understand the venue where you'll be having your wedding and actually make sure that it works well. Another thing as well that I think, what are they called, the wedding dress people, wedding planners, wedding dress people, they always say, you know, make sure that your shoe actually works with your wedding dress. So do you need a pump? Do you need a nude pump? Do you need a sandal? What actually fits? What works well? Maybe the pointed toe pump won't work well. Maybe you actually want a flashy shoe that is lots of fun. You know, see if that works with, and you can get those in your style. This is just the shoes that I have, so they might not actually be reflective of truly what you would want. So that's what I would say. I think there was something else that I was going to say, but I forgot. So that's plenty of rambling from me. If I remember anything else, I'll probably type it down in the description box or something like that. Thanks for your time, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.